So Alex, what's the rundown for today?
We are leaving Brest.
Yeah, so it's about 12 and we want to leave at
12:30 or 1.
So let's get going. So, as Alex said before, today was the day we were finally leaving Brest. Before leaving, we just had to take a photo of our line of boats. It's quite funny, we all had 2 masts. Time!
We are under the way to Spain, heading off of France.
And it is perfect weather. Really quite nice. Shade for the video. On our way out, we saw again the lighthouse and the bunkers we had visited. Lots of fluff. We were feeling good. We had well prepared for the crossing, and based on the weather forecast, we had an amazing window in front of us. There were some nice rolling waves, and whilst Alex was resting, I was sailing into the sunset, all whilst trying to take videos of the dolphins with my phone. Apart from Alex seasickness, we have enough But yeah, that's pretty much all for today. Let's hope that tomorrow will be the same. On day 3, the waves and the wind picked up a little, but with a reefed Genoa, mizzen and mainsail, we were still comfortable.
So as you can see, we are on an anchorage.
This is us in the future, and we are here to explain day 4 because we didn't take any more footage, and this is why.
As you can see in the video, the wind was picking up and the waves got bigger. And so this wasn't predicted at all. It was predicted a wave height of about 2.5 meters and 20 knots of wind. But actually we had 45 knots of wind and for an average wave height between 4.5 and 5 meters, with sometimes breaking waves, and also a few waves they doubled up, so they were a lot bigger. And
they were also a lot closer, so less than 10 seconds, you'd say. And so we put the storm jib up.
So in the early morning I put the storm jib up, and just a little bit later I decided to hand steer, because then you can avoid the huge breaking waves better. So I pretty much did this the whole day. At about 3 o'clock the wind was a little bit dying down.
Yeah, from 45 to like 30.
30 and then even less.
Yeah.
So also the waves got a little bit smaller. So about 5 o'clock in the evening the wave height was pretty much like in the morning, maybe a little bit higher, and the wind was died down.
And
so because I was hand steering the whole day, I was kind of tired.
And we were both kind of hungry. So
Yeah.
So we decided to put the autopilot on.
And we were waiting about a half hour outside that the autopilot does what he should do.
Yeah. And as we could see, it was doing the right thing. We went inside, and as we went inside, I need to go to the bathroom, and so I said, "Oh, I hope the boat doesn't capsize whilst they go to the bathroom." Okay, no, we didn't quite capsize, but anyway, you can explain what you're saying.
So I was putting off my heavy weather gear and was watching the waves behind. And also was annoyed because she said that.
You were not.
I
You
was.
can say that now, but it was a joke.
No. So I was watching back and there was a wave approaching us, maybe 5 meters high and breaking. So, but the autopilot managed it quite well. And it turned us a little bit off course, but that's not a huge deal because normally there's enough time for the autopilot to correct afterwards. But that wasn't the case. In the second we were over the first one, I saw a dark blue wall behind us, but I couldn't see the top of this wave, and so I realized to go outside to steer, it's much too late because it was directly behind us. So the only option what I had was pretty much just close the hatch, and I managed to close it like half or two-third, and then I was already flying through the main room on top of the oven.
Yeah. And then a whole ton of stuff onto you, and then a whole ton of water.
Yeah.
In the end, I'm the one with all the bruises, but we got lucky. We didn't really lose anything, except for the seat of the bike. That's for sure. And a few of the electronic things got damaged. We now have to look for a new monitor, amongst some other things. But yeah, in the end, so we had a knockdown, or maybe a little bit more than a knockdown. But
yeah. So you can say what you observed.
Oh yeah, so I was in the bathroom, and in the bathroom we have this window that gives onto the mast, and so I had a nice view of everything that was going on, and I could see the mast going into the water. And honestly, since nothing, like, I'm brand new to sailing, I thought we were gonna capsize. Like, I thought that was it. Like, I was mortified. But no, then it got back up in about 6 seconds. He'd say less, I'd say more, but that's because, you know, it happens in such a short span of time.
You can't really tell what. It's like so many things going on at the same time that you're constantly falling, and you don't really realize how long the time is in between. But it was a knockdown, it wasn't a full capsize, because otherwise I would have been on the rooftop. And in the first second, as I was getting up, I was looking to the bottom, because I thought in the first second we did a full roll. And the interesting thing was, this was the last big wave on the day.
Yeah, I mean, we were paranoid.
We were paranoid, but
it was okay.
There was nothing big coming anymore.
Anyway, back to the video.
No.
Nope. Okay.
So during the night the wind died down, and about 2 o'clock in the morning we could go back to our original course directly to Vigo.
Yeah. Alright, back to the video. Good enough. Yeah.
Alexander, don't find his words.
You want to say what happened the last few days?
We were sailing.
Yeah. Keep going.
Front of the storm.
Mister, how far are we away from Vigo? Final destination.
37.3 nautical miles.
We will explain in just a quick second why the boat is such a mess.
Out the agenda completely.
No, I think it's gonna be alright. Anyway, I'll wake you up in like 20 minutes. When it gets dark. To be honest, after both of the passages, I've always felt this huge feeling of relief and happiness to finally arrive at our final destination. Well, what a beautiful place. So there you have it, crossing the Bay of Biscay and a knockdown in the Atlantic Ocean. I'd say overall this was a pretty eventful passage. Join us next time as we venture out in Vigo and discover some beautiful places. Thank you so much to our first Patreon, Sailing Quint. Your contribution means so much to us.